welcome back to the Global Gaming Women Fair Game podcast. I am joined here with Bronwen Gregg, my fearless podcast leader here at the Light and Wonder Studios. Hi, how are you today?
Hi, Lala. How are you?
Oh, goodness. We went Lala today. Okay. All right. We're at that level. I love this. I'm super excited today because we're going to talk about boundaries.
Important.
Yeah, super. And probably one of the hardest things in the world to keep to, right? So you set these boundaries, like, here's what I mean. Wellness boundaries, like mental health boundaries, like figuring out what's best for you boundaries. Like,
yes,
I think this is like one of the hardest topics in the whole world to touch on, right?
Oh my God, I agree. I am a people pleaser and I'm not ashamed of it. I think there are a lot of pros to that, but some cons are boundaries. So it's something I definitely need to work on.
Yeah. So with that, I think like one of the things I love to talk about is that self-care is not selfish.
Yes.
And it's super important to remember that if you're not taken care of, you can't take care of anyone else. And
Exactly.
I know that even with if Anika was here, she would say the same thing. She would be like, all we do all day is take care of people, right? We put everybody else first. So I want to know, how do you take care of you?
So many things. Self-care routine is very important to me. Like I feel like I'm actually transitioning. Like I used to always be very hardcore extrovert, but I'm becoming a little bit more intentional about my alone time because of like my self-care routine. Love my skincare. I've been weight training at Lifetime. I love it, right? Very, very intentional about all of that. And as we've talked about on, I think like the first episode this season, my red light mask, right? And my 5 a.m. hatch restore, all of that, really, really important to be routine driven. And I feel out of alignment when I'm not putting that routine first. And it's even tough, right? Like traveling and all of that. Like I literally miss my routine, even if I'm like out doing something so fun, because that keeps me grounded, that keeps me going. And I need to have more boundaries about, anything that disrupts me from my routine.
Do you have a travel routine? I do. So like,
Ooh.
I think travel routines are super important, especially for those of us that do travel for work. You make sure you bring certain things like your masks, your
Yes.
things that you can do in your hotel room just to kind of keep some kind of sense of normalcy. I always try really hard to go out and take a walk wherever I am, just so that I'm getting some kind of moment to myself. Like I think those are important. Do you do anything like that when you travel?
No, but I'm inspired.
Okay, well now
you're
going to have to test that out.
Yes.
Okay, so a couple months ago, I went to a wellness yoga retreat with these two incredible humans that are our guests today, Sacha and Jamie. So this is my second one. They focused on chakras. So I've been to now the heart chakra and the throat chakra workshops, and very outside of my comfort zone kind of stuff. But it was like a 4-hour experience where we did yoga and we kind of learned about ourselves, and we really, in my opinion, pushed my boundaries on things that I was comfortable with, but I learned a lot about myself. And so I'm really excited to introduce them today. They are working professionals, and then they do this too. So I'm excited to hear about their boundaries and how they balance all of those stuff.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I want to hear more about this wellness retreat. I want to go. I'm doing sound bath healing tonight, actually, over at Cactus Joe's. And so
this is
trying
perfect.
to get more into this. I love this too, because it sounds like, right, a lot of what you experienced was very like mindset. And I feel like I look at working out very differently now, right? It's not even about like the fitness anymore for me. It's about like that mental clarity and, right, that, working on my own longevity, right, type of thing. And so from a mental health perspective. And so, yeah, like the weightlifting, the yoga, all of that, like it's so much more than just working out. It's so important for what you just said, right? Balance and all of that. So I'm excited
it's
to
a
hear
workout
this.
for the brain.
Yes. Yeah. That's
All right, let's get into it.
Yay.
All right. Hi, ladies. Sacha,
Hi.
Jamie, I'm so excited you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast today. Do you want to take a minute and introduce yourselves?
Sure. You want me to go first? Sure. So my name is Sacha Prickett, and my company is SP Wellness LV. And I like to think of myself as like a mind, body, spirit specialist. So I do personal training. I teach yoga, meditation, breath work. I work with individuals and I work with companies. And so, you would ask earlier, how does this work with your day job? Well, this kind of is my day job. So.
I love that. I love that. You do everything I'm not good at, so you need to teach me everything you know. Okay. How about you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Malloy, and my day job is I have the privilege of being the executive director of convention sales for Bellagio. So very high paced, high energy work environment. So this wellness journey I've been on has complemented my role in leadership with that position. I got my 200-hour teacher training in 2021, followed by a specific training for yin. And then most recently, we just got our breathwork certification. So I'm definitely on this wellness journey with hopes to become a death doula.
Amazing.
Yes. So I start that certification this fall.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's not a small job. Like that's a big job. You're responsible for a lot of things, and you're doing all of this. I'm gonna jump right in. Okay. How do you do that? How do you balance all of that?
How do I balance it? Well, I start my day. It's all about me in the morning. I have rituals that just ground me and set the tone for my day. I'm a believer that how you start your day is how you finish your day. So that includes, time outside in nature, journaling, meditation, moving slowly so that when I do walk into Bellagio, I feel a sense of calm and just ready to tackle whatever comes my way, because every day is different.
Yeah, so complete opposite of me. I am chaos. So it's like I wake up and I've got like stuff everywhere and I got a kid running around, and like, how do you find like the intention to find that grounding and make sure that this is how you start your day every day?
It didn't happen overnight. I think the pandemic really allowed me time to slow down, and I did not know what that felt like, slowing down, spending more time at home. And I started to love that feeling, just enjoying my mornings. And I've been able to maintain that and prioritize that ever since. It's made me a more fulfilled person. I'm a calmer leader. I'm less reactive. I also prioritize sleep. It's the number one thing for me, prioritizing sleep. So, yeah.
Okay. Sleep is my favorite thing in the world. So, okay, we're going to sidetrack. How many hours of sleep do you get a night?
Yeah, 8 hours.
Oh, you're solid on you.
I'm a firm believer of 8 hours sleep. For me, that's what my body needs.
Are you strict on this too?
I am working on this to be better because I start my day really early. So my days sometimes will start at 6:30 a.m. I'll start with clients really early. So it is a challenge for me to say, okay, that means I have to shut everything down by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So
yeah,
it is a challenge, but it's, I'll say I'm learning from Jamie in that regard, because she's like, what? You have to go to bed earlier. So
that's why I love you too. I can feel it. You two like really are a perfect pair because you bounce off each other. I mean, even in the couple of workshops I attended, I can just see it. Like, you two really do mesh well together, and I love that about you both.
Yes.
Because
we learn from each other every day.
I love that. Yes. I love that. I'm so happy that you have that kind of person in your life. Like, I think that's super important. I'm a sleeper. I'm not very good at prioritizing sleep. I think I have an 11-year-old who thinks it's really cool to stay up late right now. Mm-hmm. Shame on Brooklyn. Like, Brooklyn just loves to hang out and wants to just chat. And I'm like, I'm so tired. Like, cut me some slack here, kid. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so I want to go back to how one of my favorite moments, like I said, I've attended 2 of your workshops now, and I love them both. They were both chakra focused. So I attended the heart chakra and the throat chakra. My favorite moment ever with both of you was I sat down for the throat chakra. It was my second, so I kind of knew what to expect a little bit, but you started the workshop. This is the best thing ever. You started the workshop by allowing us to talk about like our favorite curse words and how we use them. And everybody on this podcast knows that I'm the one that they've got to watch out for the cursing. So like, I felt instantly comfortable, and it was just such an incredible moment to hear all these like really well put together women in this room start using the F word and how they use it. And it was like such a fun moment. That's my favorite moment of all of those workshops.
Very liberating.
Yeah, yes. So fun.
Yeah, it was a wonderful icebreaker, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what's been one of the like standout moments for you both in these workshops? Like, talk to me about like what brings you the passion? What's a standout minute in them that you love?
I thought about that I was thinking about that, and I was thinking for me, it's when you can see a shift, like you're saying, maybe it's the cursing. Like when people come in the room, they're a little closed and they haven't let their mask drop yet. And so I think it's that moment in the workshop when they just become themselves and they're really authentic, and they're just speaking from their heart, and you can feel the energy shift when that happens.
That's awesome. So, yeah. That's awesome. What about you?
For me, inevitably in every workshop, we are all guilty of judging and having these preconceived notions of who somebody is. And then at some point during the workshop, someone will always surprise me. They'll unveil something very personal, and you just realize that everybody has a story. Everyone is dealing with some sort of emotional pain and suffering and challenges, and then you always discover their strength too on the other side, and how they've been able to stand tall and live through that. And so I always walk away thinking, wow, I had no idea she was going through something like that. So it's just makes everyone feel more connected.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you two should be so proud of the environment that you're creating, because you do make people feel that comfortable. I mean, I've witnessed it. So I've seen people be vulnerable. I mean, I myself was very vulnerable in those moments, because I went into those not knowing what was happening. I mean, I think I was a self-proclaimed, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I think I said that to one of you in the very beginning. Yes. But you've created an environment that makes people feel very comfortable so that they can find themselves and dig a little deeper. And that's something to be really proud of.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so through all of this, there has to be moments of burnout or extra moments of stress. Talk to me a little bit about how you manage through some of that. What are some tips and tricks that you could provide to people when they feel those moments of burnout?
For me, I kind of talked about sleep, but it's just slowing down and being aware. Our body is always cueing us and letting us know what's going on emotionally, physically, energetically. And so when you take time to slow down and realize, oh my gosh, my shoulders are tense, where is that coming from? Or I'm feeling this in this moment, or this person's irritating me. The answer is always within. It's something that you need to sit, pause, and kind of tune into. And for me, just staying in awareness really helps me avoid burnout and those stressful situations.
How about you? What do you think?
I would agree with everything she said. I think that that's all true, and definitely needs to be put into practice. And I think another, when I think about burnout too, sometimes it's fun as a person who leads and directs fitness and yoga and all the different things, to be a student. And so if I start to feel myself getting overwhelmed, then I'll get on and schedule myself, schedule into someone's class or an event or something like that. And when I just shift it, then I always feel like it kind of recharges me, and then I'm ready to give again and open back up.
So you just said something pretty key for me. I have to schedule, anything that has to do with me, I have to schedule it. Mm-hmm. My calendar's insane. And I think that that's really important, is you just said, if I feel myself kind of losing it a little bit, I go and I schedule something to make sure I take care of myself. Mm-hmm. And I love that point, because I put everything in a calendar. Oh, is it time for a Peloton ride? Okay, I'm going to calendar that.
Yes. You have to prioritize yourself.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so if there are listeners out there that are just starting their wellness journey, give some advice. How do you start? If you're I need to take better care of myself, but I don't know how to start this, what should somebody do?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. I would say that my advice to someone who's just starting out is start small. Just take the first step and just pick something really tiny that you want to do. And whether it's sign up for a yoga class, whether it's take a walk, whatever it might be, just start really small. And if you want to start meditation, which everyone should have meditation, and start each day, because it does make a difference. Schedule 5 minutes and really schedule it that I'm going to get up. I mean, even when I start at 6:30 in the morning, I get up 30 minutes earlier than I would need to, so that I can do what I like to do for myself in the morning to set the day. So I think that's just key. Just start small.
Start small. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's good. All right. How about you?
I would say be intentional. What you're trying to achieve, how you're trying to feel. and then give yourself time to actually see the results. Don't give up too quickly. And most importantly, don't compare yourself to others.
I love that one.
Yes. Oftentimes, we feel like, oh, it's working for her, or this person on the mat next to me is much deeper in the shape, and they give up too easily. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so you mentioned something that I want to touch on a little bit, meditation. I've attempted this multiple times, so I'm going to be vulnerable for a minute. I can't do this. Like, I guess I can, but I don't think I'm doing it well because I find myself very scatterbrained. Like, I guess this is part of meditation, but I find myself going, oh, well, I forgot I had to go get those cupcakes for that party today. And like my child needs new ballet shoes. And like, then I remember bring it back in and go back to my practice. But talk to me a little bit about like a newbie to meditation, because I do think it's really important to kind of give that self your time. But like, what do you do when you start to zone out? Can you give some advice for somebody that has little control over their giant list that's like lingering in the back of their brain?
Well, I'm going to go back again and say start small. So set your timer on the phone. So I think set a timer is key. So set your timer for 5 minutes. And if you want to look, stop and take a look. If you think, oh, this is going on forever, open your eyes and look and see where you are, and then close your eyes and go back to it. There's not a rule that you have to just, sit, and you can't, like, you're not doing it right if you stop and look at your clock. If your mind starts to wander, you just bring it back to whatever you're focusing on. It's almost like, think of it like a bicep curl, like you're doing reps to build muscle. So you're building reps in your mind with, when it wanders away, you pull it back. How many times can you pull it back? So when you come back to that point of focus, that's where the growth happens. So there's not really a right or a wrong. It's just like, let it be and then just come back.
Oh, I think that's why they call it a practice too, right? You got to keep going after it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, look at me. Okay. Talk to me a little bit about something that you have learned about yourself through this whole journey.
Go with that one.
Well, what have I learned about myself? That my perspective is always changing. And that I am a lifelong learner, and I need that learning each and every day to feel fulfilled. I guess when you follow your curiosity through learning, it opens doors for you. So I very much I'm in a better place trusting my body. And when it says yes, I know it's the right path. And when there's hesitation, I know it's not for me or the timing is not right. So I've learned to trust my body, to trust the timing of things, and to let go of any fear. I've learned to step into uncomfortable situations because that's where the growth happens.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Sacha? What do you think?
I think one of the things that I've learned through the wellness journey is just that you don't ever arrive. Like, I think people think like you're going to get there and one day it's all going to be like, you're like, I'm here, I'm done. Kind of like you're cooked. Like, it's not like that. It always twists and turns, and there's always more. And it's really not finished until you take your last breath. So I think we have to remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you two are so incredible. Okay. Okay, so I have like one last question, and then we're going to get into some fun. So we always end our series on rapid fire. So we're headed towards the fun, I promise. Do you think there are any like myths or just like negative thoughts out there around yoga retreats or wellness journeys that you would like to help debunk? So just like get people to stop buying into the hype or the negative talk about wellness journeys and yoga retreats. Because I can tell you, for me, as somebody that walked into something very uncomfortable, I found that growth was in the uncomfort. I think you just said that was super powerful. I was uncomfortable, but I feel like I grew in those moments. And I think that if people could find the courage within themselves to go into those moments eyes wide open, it's okay to feel uncomfortable because you might find something about yourself that like you didn't know. I would love to just kind of debunk some of those myths. Like, what do you think they are, and how do we get rid of them? How do we help listeners feel more comfortable doing something new?
I mean, you kind of mentioned it, the way people perceive vulnerability as a weakness. That's where connection begins. That's where learning happens. That's where growth happens. And if people can begin to shed their walls and step into an environment and be themselves, that's where life is meant to be lived. That's where you feel a sense of belonging and you can relate to the person next to you. So I think vulnerability is key. And that does mean, signing up for a class you've never been to and stepping into a classroom that, that you're afraid to be in, right? A lot of people suffer from imposter syndrome. But really we all stepped into it at one point for the first time. And now this is your opportunity. And I think yoga, we talk about it all the time where people think they need to be flexible to go to yoga. They have all these
You don't.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
right? You don't have to be flexible. Blocks are not a sign of weakness. They actually aid you
Give
in
me
the
two.
shape.
Give me two.
Yes.
They make it better.
Take the support. Yes. Be yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I would add to that too is I think that people think that just because you're doing yoga or you're on a wellness journey or you're doing what you're doing, that you always have to be happy and calm and you're always just going to be just this perfect person, perfect with quotations, like what people would expect. Really, it's okay to be messy. It's a myth. You're going to get mad sometimes, and you're going to say a curse word, and you're going to do this, and you're not going to be like this enlightened soul that's just perfection. So I think you just have to accept where you are and just be really accepting with yourself.
I can't wait to have my daughter listen to this episode, because we're in this journey right now that, we feel like we have to be perfect. And she makes a mistake and she's really hard on herself. And like what you just said is perfect. I can't wait to go have her listen to this, because it's okay to show up messy. And that's usually when you learn, and that's your best self, right?
100%.
Stop trying to be perfect. Doesn't exist. I keep trying to push that, but I think hearing it from you two is going to help me in my parenting journey. So I really appreciate you both so much. Thank you. Okay, so this is my favorite part. This is where we do some fun stuff. So we rapid fire, and typically we theme them to the episode. So whatever we're talking about. So they're supposed to be rapid answers. So the first thing that comes to your brain, you're supposed to just say it. 9 times out of 10, we don't do anything rapid here. We usually just drown on and talk about it forever. So don't worry about it. Just have some fun here, okay? All right. What was the most memorable moment you had while on a retreat?
Well,
I already gave mine. I already gave mine.
We were together.
Okay.
We were in Mexico City. We did a New Year's Eve retreat with Don Miguel Ruiz, the 4 Agreements with the Ruiz family. And we decided to go to a sweat lodge. It's called a Te Mezcal, and it's their ritual. And
she's turning red. Okay.
It wasn't the 4 Seasons.
No, not at all. It was, let's just say if you had a health condition at that place in the middle of Teotihuacan, Mexico, you would be in big trouble in that sweat lodge. But it was enter at your own risk.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful and amazing and memorable. And wouldn't you say that about it?
Yes.
You two really define stepping out of your comfort zones, by the way.
We stepped out of our comfort zone. But we left there feeling like, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah,
it was
really
very
was.
spiritual. It was very grounding. It was very challenging.
It was beautiful.
It was all the things. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was raw.
It was very raw. Yes.
Okay. Well, I already went. Mine was saying curse words with you in a yoga studio. Hands down my favorite moment ever. Is yours the same? Because that's okay. That sounds very memorable.
Yeah, that's really hard to top.
Yeah.
That was pretty memorable.
Okay, great. I love it. Okay, what's one yoga pose that describes your journey so far, and why?
For me, that is tree pose. The thought of a tree with the roots going into the ground, I've done a lot of work on my roots and going back to my childhood and my inner child, and it's your foundation, right? And it's important to look at those roots and to see how you've taken those behaviors and beliefs and weave them into your everyday to kind of unlearn some of those behaviors. And then just the steadiness of a tree being very strong. The branches I'm sometimes swaying, I'm sometimes unbalanced, and other times I'm centered, and I like the idea of the leaves shedding, letting go of things that no longer serve you. I'm a big believer in that, of just letting go of hard things and working through them and then letting them go, shedding that. So I would say tree pose.
That was beautiful. What an answer. Oh my goodness. Okay. Can you top that?
Well, mine is Jamie and I complement each other in our opposites, I think.
We do.
So my favorite, I'm going to say, is Happy Baby. And the reason that I choose Happy Baby is because I like to think of myself as, for one, physically, I think of myself as very strong and I can do all of these things. And, you know, because I do triathlons and run and bike and all these things. So I think, okay, I'm physically very strong. But I realized with yoga that I'm like a baby, that it's challenging and it's not, I can't will myself to be able to do all of these things. I have to be patient and let my body do it when it wants to do it. And it doesn't, I don't hit a button, or I can't run harder, run faster and make it work. So that's why Happy Baby is for me. And I just feel like I'm always with a beginner's mind, just learning.
Okay, I smile because Happy Baby's my answer too, but not as beautiful as a response as yours. It's usually the indicator that class is almost over for me.
This is true.
So I've been going to a Pilates studio near my house, and she'll get into Happy Baby, and I'm like, yes,
All right.
I did it. I did it.
The hard part's over.
And it's the most ridiculous pose I think there is. Like, I'm just like, how am I allowing my body to do this in front of like 30 other women? I'm just going for it. Like,
True. I never thought of it that way.
It's a
You're
pretty
right.
vulnerable shape.
yeah, 100%,
Yes.
100%.
It's also the happiest shape, and Sasha is very much happy.
Yeah,
Sunshine Sasha.
you are sunshine, and I
thank
feel
you.
that, and I just it signals the end for me. So,
I love it.
okay, what's your go-to mantra or affirmation?
For me, it's Jamie is grateful. I think gratitude is the foundation of a happy life. And I feel like it's so simple. People often overlook it or don't trust the power in it. But gratitude has changed my life. And I make time for it every morning.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Definitely. You live that. I would agree.
Yes.
100%. For me, I'm going to say comparison is a thief of joy. That would, like we mentioned earlier, if you try a new class, if you do something, you're worried about what everybody else is thinking, and comparing yourself just takes you out of the moment. It takes your joy away. It takes your happiness away, and it does that in every area of life. So I think if we remind ourselves of that, then our lives are just fuller, and we go into the day with just a better outlook.
Okay, great. I'm officially stealing both of those.
Good.
Mine is, I share it with Brooklyn. So every morning, or we attempt every morning, but don't judge us. I tell her, I say, we are smart, we are beautiful, we are strong, and we can do anything.
Oh, I like that.
And I put it on a little Post-it note because sometimes I have to travel for work. And I taped it to our garage door. So right when she takes the handle to the garage door, she sees that every day.
I love that.
Yeah,
perfect.
that's ours.
Yes.
All
Okay,
women
yeah.
need that. That's,
Yeah. So
that's
now I'm
wonderful.
sharing with you. I took yours. You can you can take mine. Perfect. I love it. Okay. What's a wellness trend that you think is overhyped?
Well, you probably can speak more to this.
You know, I want to go back. I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, that you have to, if you're on this wellness journey, that you have to be perfect, that you have to, it can't get messy. You have to just, you're just this enlightened being moving through life. And I think people think that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know, you hear a lot of, my mind goes to cold plunging, intermittent fasting, all the things that are out there. But I think all of those things are just great practices. If they make you feel better and they work for you and that works for you, then I think they're wonderful.
Okay. Well, then we shouldn't answer because now I feel like my answer was in that category. So you're right. Everybody's journey is their journey. So if it does make you feel better, then you should do it. The red light therapy mask for me, is it doing anything? I don't know.
but
it.
I do
Yes.
it every morning.
I have a
and
blanket. I put my whole self in it.
Yeah, we talked about
we're
that on
testing
one
the
of our
theory.
episodes. Yeah,
we're hoping it works.
Okay, so it might be overhyped, but let's just keep trying it because if it makes us
Yes.
feel
It's not
good,
gonna
we're gonna
hurt.
do it. Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. Okay, all right. What's one item that you always have in your yoga bag?
Essential oils. It's the little dessert of every yoga class for me, and I like to treat my yoga students to an oil blend at the beginning of class as well. Just kind of sets the tone for what I want the class to be.
Yeah, I know you do that because I do have one in my car from the last class we were at, and it's in the roller, and it's like one of my favorite things.
Amazing.
So yes,
Good.
yes,
Good.
okay, that's a great answer.
So I would say as a teacher, I like affirmation cards. So, those, I think it's nice at the end to let people pull a card. And a lot of times when they've been looking inward, the message that they get is right on point.
Yeah.
And then I would say as a student in my yoga bag, it's my mat, because I feel like the practice just isn't right if I'm not with my mat. So to me, my mat is really sacred. And I don't want to borrow a mat from the studio. I want to use my mat.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm never. I'm gonna go first forever because you two have these beautiful answers and mine are just absolutely ridiculous. So like, I have a hair tie because I hate when my hair is down. It's like a must-have. I can't do like I get to a Pilates class and I'm like, oh, can I borrow a hair tie? Because like I can't focus if my hair's in my face. So yeah, it's super ridiculous. Then the other is some kind of snack. Because like I need a snack.
You gotta stay nourished.
Yeah, I need like give me with a granola bar or something. Okay, tea or coffee? What fuels you the most?
Coffee for me, it's the way I rise up out of bed. It's something to look forward to, but it's really just about the ritual. Like my favorite mug, black coffee. Yeah, sets
Yeah,
the
like
tone for the
signals
day.
the start of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Coffee.
Yeah?
Yes, coffee.
I didn't expect this. I thought for sure we were gonna say tea here.
No, we both are really happy when we can
Yeah,
have
we
a
love our
coffee.
coffee.
Okay, great. Oh
So
my
you
God.
don't have to be the idea that people expect for yoga. And
Oh my God, I love
wellness.
coffee. Thank you. We just
We love
bonded.
special mugs. We love the ritual of it. Yeah.
Coffee is my jam. Like Cecily, she helps us on our podcast. She knows like coffee is the thing for me. Like that sparks my energy and like gets me going. So yeah, coffee, tea at night. I do love a sleepy time tea.
Yeah. Paired with a nice bubble bath is really beautiful.
Oh, you're just setting it off. Like that is incredible. Well, I just want to thank you both so much for joining us today. This has been such a fun conversation, and I hope that our listeners really do get an idea of what it takes to start a wellness journey, and that if they were a little hesitant to start, maybe this is what they needed to get their butts in gear and get going.
I hope so.
Yeah, you two are incredible, and I appreciate you both so much, and I can't wait to attend the next workshop.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's very
you.
fun.
Thank you.